GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Milky Mist Paneer. Milky Mist Paneer.
I had some failed relationships. I had a failed marriage. I was extremely closed to even the thought of love or the thought of a relationship or even a girlfriend. शादी तो बुरी जा गर्लफ्रेंड भी नहीं चाहिए. अभी मैं सिर्फ मस्ती करने में जिंदगी भर मस्ती. सलमान खान बनना है मुझे. I've had a lot of rejections in my life. In all kinds of ways. But I think you, like I said, you live and you learn. You learn what not to do. I believe in soulmates. I have found mine. I believe in romance. I believe in it all. And I didn't till 4 years ago. But yes, Cupid came and punctured my heart with an arrow. My fiance is an extremely spiritual person, and I do believe we were made for each other. It's a partnership, and you have to respect the partnership. You have to respect each other's flaws. You have to respect each other's. Unless it's infidelity or unless it's a complete betrayal or something, you have to work through everything. That's the only way it will survive.
It's work. There are times you crave intimacy, you crave, a partnership and things like that. Of course, there's all that. But having said that, I'm very happy alone. I'd rather be alone than be in a toxic relationship. I used to say I'm the queen of moving on,
Yeah.
But I've found out with age that maybe I'm not so good also. Moving on is one thing, but healing is another.
That's true. Well, they say the Gen Z romantic relationships are complicated, crazy, and confusing. But when you watch the trailer of Khwabon Ka Jhamela, you'll understand that millennial relationships are no less. And we have the team with us today to discuss this more. Hi, you guys. Welcome to Galatta India. How have you been?
Hi. Great. Thank you for having us.
The name firstly is, मेरे को पहले थोड़ा problem हो रहा था, ख्वाबों का झमेला. It's a little tongue twister, but but you tell me, when you heard the first time you heard this, probably you too, what was your reaction like? कि क्या होने वाला है?
The title?
Yeah, the title.
I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved it because I loved it for the meaning of it, for the literal meaning of it. It's a jumbled up mess of dreams. I love it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the song was made first. Song came first, so we didn't have a title, but we had the song Khwabon Ka Jhamela first. Title नहीं था, title कुछ और था पहले, लेकिन it just kind of fell into place with the song and just with the vibe of the film, and I think it was brilliant for me. इनको उतना नहीं पसंद आया.
No shit. Like
yeah, मुझे बहुत पसंद आया. हम director साहब और मुझे बहुत पसंद.
Can you tell what the serious name was?
This is that good student syndrome.
No, don't tell actually. What if people also like that? Yeah, you never know. No, but the scene in the trailer where you get rejected, that's also funny in a way. I was like so sad, and then it's all funny because you come in and I'm like, okay, no, it is truly a rom-com, as he said. But how do you truly face rejections in life? It could be personal, it could be professional, it could be romantic rejections. How do you deal with them? Because in a movie, it's all according to the script and what the story wants to say. But personally, how do you take it?
I think it's a process. You learn over time how to deal with it in a more mature and civil manner, if I may. When you're growing up, you're adolescent, teenager, you're filled with rebellion and you're filled with energy and this zest for life, and everything's new, and I think things affect us differently at that age, but I think once I've had a lot of rejections in my life. In all kinds of ways. But I think you, like I said, you live and you learn. You learn what not to do. You learn how to keep yourself sane. You learn how to protect yourself, and it's a process. It's gradual. You learn over the years. You keep facing rejection. You keep learning how to deal with it in a better and more positive way. And I think that's the key, that you are willing to deal with it in a more positive and mature way. I think that is the key, that you want to do that. And हाँ यार, थोड़ा सीरियस हो गया आंसर, लेकिन नहीं बिल्कुल यार, जीने से बहुत सीखने मिलता है यार.
हाँ.
और एक्सपीरियंसेस से बहुत सीखने मिलते हैं, और बार-बार वही चीज होती है तो बिल्कुल आपको सीखने मिलेगा, और तुमको और इंसान को पता चलेगा कि भाई ये नहीं करना है हमें, और है ना. So I guess it's life.
You also, I think, get better with time. You are more prepared, maybe.
Absolutely, yeah.
What about you? You seem like a very strong-headed girl who's like, it's okay. But I don't know. Personally, what do you feel?
यार मैं विश्वास करती हूँ समय से पहले और किस्मत से ज़्यादा किसी को कुछ नहीं मिलता है.
क्या बात है.
वाह,
क्या बात है.
वाह.
और सच बात है यार. I truly believe what is meant for me will come to me. Having said that, I'm not saying sit back and do nothing, no work. Everything that I have managed to do, I've done single-handedly. I've had to. But I think that just makes the person I am. I've always had to hustle. From giving myself the education I wanted to going to film school, to even my college admission, everything. I had to fend for myself ever since I was pretty much born. And I could sit back and say, oh, what is happening to me? Why is the universe doing this to me? And I'm like, no, dude, all these things just make me stronger, and it does. And it's given me the spine I have. It's given me the dignity with which I carry myself, which is the most important. And I truly believe that, rejection is, especially if you're not okay with rejection, we are just in the wrong profession, because a part of what we do is rejection. Out of the 100 things that are not going to come to you, you will get that one thing that you will only get, And it's probably not very easy for some people. It's probably very easy for other people. It probably gets better with time, obviously, like most things do. But you have to have a thick skin, and you have to know your worth. है ना. मतलब बहुत बार होता है यार, सभी को लगता है कि मुझे जहाँ तक पहुँचना है शायद मैं नहीं पहुँची हूँ या पहुँचा हूँ, और many other factors. Because honestly, मुझे लगा था जब मैं फिल्म स्कूल से आई कि एक्टिंग आता है ना तो उतना ही काफ़ी एक्टर बनने के लिए. वो सबसे कम इम्पोर्टेंट है. आप अच्छे एक्टर हो, बहुत अच्छी बात है आपके लिए, किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, ठीक है. How well you play the game is the most important. And we have spent, at least I can speak for us, because we've not had anything given to us on a platter. We've had to, we are still probably learning every single day. So you learn, and you also realize there are some things you can't do. So there is no point complaining also. कि ठीक है, काम अच्छा हो रहा है, खुद को प्राइड कहीं या फिर एक है कि काम ठीक अच्छा कर रहे हैं, और अच्छे लोगों के साथ काम कर रहे हैं. दैट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट अगेन. एंड या मैन, दैट्स अबाउट इट, आई थिंक. है ना.
बिल्कुल यार, बिल्कुल.
No, well,
so much wisdom. Oh my God.
As he said, love in every aspect is complicated. No Gen Z, no millennial. That is what I feel, that today, when we look at relationships, they've sort of become so fragile, because according to me, no one really wants to invest in those relationships beyond a point. Everyone's like become very convenient, and very lucky people find that, true love, one person that you stick with for the rest of your lives. You guys tell me what is, there's this dialogue in the trailer that soulmate actually kya hota hai for you guys. वो क्या है? What defines the word soulmate?
I'm still looking.
Yeah.
I believe in soulmates. I have found mine. I believe in romance. I believe in it all. And I didn't till 4 years ago. But yes, Cupid came and punctured my heart with an arrow. And
That's so sweet. But no, Prateik, when you go through something difficult,
yes,
you sort of become cynical about love or about relationships.
Absolutely.
When you go through a bad breakup, a
Absolutely.
separation, How
Absolutely.
did you have the courage to open your heart again?
I didn't. I was very closed. I had some failed relationships. I had a failed marriage. I was extremely closed to even the thought of love or the thought of a relationship or even a girlfriend. Like शादी तो बुरी जा girlfriend भी नहीं चाहिए. अभी मैं सिर्फ मस्ती करने वाला जिंदगी भर मस्ती. सलमान खान बनना है मुझे. Literally, that was my thought. But as you said, there's a few lucky ones who are chosen. And I believe I was chosen. It was God sent her to me, and it all worked out. But I do believe in it very strongly. Also, my fiance is extremely spiritual person, and I do believe we were made for each other. And no, but coming back to the line in the film about जरूर नहीं होते कि सोलमेट का ये मतलब है कि हमारी खुशी किसी और के हाथों में होनी चाहिए. ये बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए. Absolutely, I feel like, and today actually आज ये सिर्फ आज की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बहुत सदियों से है कि नहीं वो मुझे खुश कर सकता है या नहीं उसके वजह से मैं खुश रहूंगा, या you know what I mean? And I feel like it's evolving 100%. It's changing. People are putting themselves first, and people are finding out the feeling of being happy with yourself. There's many people who are happy alone, and
Sorry.
no, please.
I think if you can't be happy with yourself, you won't be
Yeah.
happy.
Able to
100%.
No matter who you're with.
100%.
I think the traditional concept of love is love has to be selfless, right? You
Yeah.
sacrifice, the other person is more important than you. But I feel that what the film, at least the message that there is, if there is any message in the film, is that that's not necessarily always true.
Yes.
Sometimes when he said, for example, you need to you need to be selfish, and that's not a bad thing. You need to first find yourself. You need to find out who you are before you can commit to somebody else. You can't base your happiness on somebody else finding you, looking at you, discovering you. You need to do that process yourself first.
Absolutely.
Then, and only then can you be in a healthy relationship with someone
Absolutely.
else.
But how do you draw that line? Like you mentioned, you have to put yourself first.
Yes.
How do you do that when you know that when you do that, maybe your partner is going to be upset, or maybe they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they get emotionally, detached to you, thinking that maybe he's not caring enough about me. How do you draw that line, to be honest?
It's a process. It's a partnership. It's it's a
That's a very Gen Z way of doing it.
Like, it's clearly not a balanced relationship.
Yes.
It's not a healthy relationship.
yeah. No, I feel like it's a partnership, and you have to respect the partnership. You have to respect each other's flaws. You have to respect each other's advantages and disadvantages. You have to, if you have shooken hands and made a deal with your partner, unless it's infidelity or unless it's a complete betrayal or something, you have to work through everything. That's the only way it will survive. It's work. You have to talk about the most complicated, the most awkward situations. You have to have the most awkward conversations, the most ridiculous. But if you need closure and you need to being on a level playing, you want to be on a level playing field with your partner, communication is absolutely necessary.
Peace is more important than, so you decide. It's I'm really at peace with myself. Of course, there are times you crave intimacy, you crave, a partnership and things like that. Of course, there's all that. But having said that, I'm very happy alone. I'd rather be alone than be in a toxic relationship.
100%.
Or unhappy with somebody. And you know
Like
that finding that soulmate, coming back to that question, is you need to find somebody who will see you for who you are.
Yes.
That's so
And for example, Freddie, who plays this character called Quinn, but Freddie, they are non-binary, but they're also married. You know,
Yeah.
there's so many things
Yeah.
the outer world
To a straight,
you know,
heteronormative person.
Yeah, so there are many things that were pretty alien as a concept, you know, even a couple of years ago, which are now becoming people's realities. And what the film does, that we all believe in actually, is to be able to live and let live in a free world, which is truly free and which does not
Absolutely.
sort of put you down depending on what your choices are.
Yes.
Because as long as you're happy, you're independently making those choices.
Yes.
That's that's power.
You know, I also feel the process of moving on, like in the trailer when it happens, when she puts a picture with you and your ex reacts to it and you're like, this is the first time she's made any reaction.
Yes.
And that is so, like, we used to do that in school.
Yes.
And I'm not saying, like, what I mean to say is that the process of moving on sometimes remains the same, no matter what age you're at. People say you grow, you become more mature, and you don't behave like that. But I feel your core will always remain the same, no matter what, even though the relationships keep changing. What, as individuals, do you feel about that?
Well, I
That's
just want to
very-
put it in record that that's a really childish, stupid thing to do. We do not support
No,
that.
but I do understand where you're coming from. Yes,
Yeah.
I do, because you're seeing it in a film in 2024, you know, and we've been doing it when we were kids 30 years ago, 20 years ago. So I mean, understandable that yes, you have the methods could be the same, the solutions to solving those problems might be the same, but it's not always the same, you know. It's not ki bas wahi hai. There, I mean, there's also various reasons to why you be in that situation. You know what I mean? वो हम jealous करना है या फिर cheat किया होगा या revenge चाहिए या you know.
It's like making a rom-com today versus making a rom-com 20 years ago. The tropes of the story are the same. The language has changed.
Different, yes.
The sur has changed. The tone has changed. But your rom-com का जो structure है, skeleton है, like this, like making somebody jealous.
Yeah.
Those are eternal. They're timeless.
Eternal, yes.
Those emotions will always be there.
Correct. I know you find it a little cringe, but I think it's cute.
To make someone jealous?
Yeah.
I do not get it. Like, what is going on, guys? How old are you? But actually, it's my character who's like, idhar aa.
This is true.
You know?
Correct.
Yeah.
And she does it from a very like, I know what I'm doing, this will work.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
This will work.
Yeah, so she knows.
But what about you? What is moving on for you in real life?
Oh, wow.
चलो हम चलते हैं.
Yeah, I used to say I'm the queen of moving on, you know?
Yeah.
But I've found out with age that maybe I'm not so good also. I mean, moving on is one thing, but healing is another
Thing,
you know?
that's true.
So I used to think, you know, when you move on, that's all that is required. But actually what is really required is completely healing from
Yes,
within, and
yes.
which is what I've been trying to do, and it's been an interesting journey. But I think therapy really helps. But a lot of things that you realize through the relationships you go through are things about yourself and intrinsically who you are, and the choices you've made, the patterns that you have in life, and whether or not you want to do something about it, you know. So I think there is, from every relationship that does not work, you come out learning so many things about yourself,
knowing what not to do.
yourself much better. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I answered your question, but
No, you pretty much. I agree to that, because, you know, when a relationship ends and when you sort of think about it, you also understand where you went wrong. What were your
Sure.
toxic points? Because
Sure.
throughout the relationship, we are so busy blaming the other person. You are toxic, you are a red
Sure.
flag. We forget that maybe we're doing something wrong.
Sure.
Which, of course, when we later on think about it, we get to
My problem is the other one. My friends still tell me, stop blaming yourself.
Oh, you are
I'm the other one. I'm like,
Okay.
"Sab mujhe mein problem hai." So, no. But having said that, I mean, again, it's not about that.
Yeah.
The idea is to find yourself in order to find your partner.
Correct,
You know,
correct.
Absolutely.
you have to find
Absolutely.
yourself.
It's just best course of action.
100%.
Stay friends with all of your exes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Are you all friends
absolutely.
with all of your
all
exes?
all of
I
them.
am. I'm
Wow.
two. I had
Yeah.
2 of them were at my wedding. I'm friends
Wow.
with.
I mean,
yeah,
friends probably is
very
pushing
close
it.
friends with all
Is
of them.
Shruti happy about it?
She's, I think, closer to
Oh.
some of them than I am.
Lovely.
It's disturbing.
Yeah, but I'm friendly with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. I mean, some
It
no.
also depends on,
Depends on how what
they
kind
are.
of relationship you had and
Yeah.
how it ended and all of that, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, mostly friendly with most. Yeah,
and whether
just
they also want
cordial.
to be,
Yeah.
like whether they also
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
friends with you or not.
Wow.
You have to have the
Or-
same mindset. What
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Those are not athletes, please.
No, but you play an intimacy coordinator, and a few years back, as you said, there are so many terms we didn't know. We didn't know this thing was supposed to happen on film sets when you shot for an intimate scene, and it's only been I mean, you know it better, but a couple of years since this thing
5 or 6
came
years, I
here
think,
in
yeah.
India at least.
No, so Astha
Yeah.
was the first person to do it.
Yeah.
And that happened like literally during COVID, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even,
yeah.
so.
I think the most publicized was Gairaiya when
हाँ,
Shakun
yeah,
used. That was the
everyone-
most famous
So Astha-
instance of it.
Yeah. But in fact, Astha was Shakun's DA, and
Yeah, I know.
she went and did the
I know.
course, and now a lot more people are doing it. But again, we did it for Margarita with a Straw in
Yeah.
2013.
Oh.
In New York. So Shonali knew about it, of course, and things were, I mean, there were intimacy coordinators in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes, on Indian sets, probably, ek to matlab, intimate scenes also were more like a newer concept. Because you didn't see a lot of before the OTTs, like for bigger screen
Yes.
films,
Yeah.
you didn't have a lot of like intimate scenes, honestly, or especially the way it's shown now. With the
Item numbers
censorship.
were more intimate than intimate scenes.
Yeah, I mean there were 2 flowers going like that,
correct.
But the real idea of intimacy and how to sort of build and build scenes and make
Yeah.
people comfortable, the idea of consent, the idea of boundaries, these are also relatively newer concepts, which is crazy, right? I mean, how do you not understand boundaries? How when 2 people are being intimate, who are, I mean, if for the camera, there is a grammar to it. It's really like, and it's
technical,
very
yeah.
dry, it's
No,
very
it is.
technical. It's like you have to look good, you have to be in it, you have to look like you're having fun, but you also have to catch the light in a certain way. You have to make sure that both of
All
you
of
are.
that, yeah.
It's like many things. It's really as technical as an action scene or a
You
dance
have to
sequence.
enunciate in between all of it.
Almost dehumanizing because the way that
Yeah.
you're talking to your actors when you're shooting it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
like turn your face here, okay, now have fun.
Yeah.
You know, like, literally.
Literally.
it's-
Yeah.
So you can't do that unless there's a certain level of
गुलाम है हम गुलाम डायरेक्टर के गुलाम है हम
Yeah. But I also have to say that I have actually done a completely nude scene with Prateik. And
for former shots
Yeah.
sorry.
तो भूल ही गया, सो गया था ये.
अरे 3
इतना
साल
disinterested
हो बस 3 साल हो गए यार
And I just want to say this again because he's such a gentleman and such a well brought up boy. There were very few fastest ever scene we have done because there are
Always.
very few people there. It was a really beautiful, magical scene. Okay, everyone had tears and it was really nice. And this boy made me so comfortable. And I'm telling you, not for a second or a millisecond did his eye shift. And, he was just there. Like, it didn't
Furniture.
matter. Reading a comic book. He was the furniture.
literally funny
And so it didn't matter whether I was clothed or not clothed, So that's the kind of comfort you would hope to get on a set. But not every set is like that.
I just want to say Prateik has a history of making women comfortable. In this movie, he made Kubra so comfortable she passed out. So,
Yeah, that
and
we
is,
see that.
and is
Yes.
snoring.
Snoring.
My God.
Just tired. She's snoring. She's gone off. Oh my God.
खराटे मार रही है,
खराटे
सोचो
मार
इतना
रही है।
बुरा हूं मैं.
That you remember that scene when we shot it because
Choo-choo
Prateik started making these noises. It was so
Horrible,
funny
yeah,
because
I
it
was
was
there.
she wasn't there. It was just me,
Yeah.
the DOP Anshuman.
Oh my
Prateik
God,
and
it was just
Gupta.
us,
And
yeah.
at one point, when he was making the movements,
Yeah.
he started making this bed creaking noise,
Oh
which
my
was.
Why do I sound immediately?
We couldn't.
Brother.
We got one take without laughing. Every other take, if you see the outtakes, we're just collapsing.
You know,
The camera shaking.
you know,
like this, the DOP is
yeah.
laughing.
They showed
एक
me the
टूटा
same
फूटा
thing.
बेड होता है ना कभी कभी कोई कॉमेडी फिल्म में देखते
People are
हैं
like sleeping, snoring.
ओवर द टॉप आवाजें आती है ना बेड से तो वो मैं मेरे मुंह से निकल आई डोंट नो व्हाई वाज आई डूइंग इट वाज इट लाइक 3 a.m. in the morning
I still remember that was the choo-choo. We cracked up, man.
we cracked up I don't think
It was very difficult to shoot that
Yeah, yeah.
scene for different reasons.
Wow, no, but this sound,
The-
as she explained, this sounds so difficult. This sounds difficult, more difficult than any of the other scenes, I'm
It's
sure.
not
also.
actually more
It's
difficult.
not, but
You
it's
just
so
need-
technical. You said that.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
is technical.
Yeah.
It's technical.
It is.
Nobody's
It
enjoying
looks like a lot of fun
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
watching
yeah,
it, but
yeah.
it's not.
And we're like, oh my God, your chemistry is so good. You all
Yeah.
must be into each other.
But actually, when
bad,
you're
yeah.
really into each other, the chemistry is not so good. Huh? So when
Really?
you're really good friends, the chemistry is better.
Better, yeah, because you're also more comfortable. Prateik, for you, you of course come from a legacy yourself.
Yes.
Do you ever put that pressure on your shoulders that now there's a name attached to me? Of course, both your parents have given so much to this industry. That added pressure, that added responsibility that I have to live up to that thing, that name, that legacy.
Yes, I do feel the pressure, but that makes me work harder. I wear it like a badge of honor. I do feel बहुत वजन मुझे महसूस होता है. बहुत बड़े हस्तियाँ थी दोनों, अभी भी हैं. 40 साल गुजरने के बाद अभी उनकी बात होती है और सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. She's, you know, it's almost unbelievable the kind of impact my mother had on people in cinema and
Indian cinema as a whole.
Yeah.
yes. So 100% I feel that pressure. I will not deny it, and I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those people who say नहीं मैं बिल्कुल pressure नहीं है, मैं अपना हूँ, मैं अपना कर रहा हूँ. नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. I absolutely feel the pressure of having such stalwarts as parents, but I do wear it as a badge of honor. I'm extremely proud of it, and you know, I think I consider myself lucky in a way that I shouldn't be saying this, but I consider myself extremely lucky that my mom has become this larger than life entity, and who's no longer with us, but it's just the body of work that she's left. I'm extremely grateful that I have something of that stature to look up to, and I have that as my inspiration, and yeah, I strive every day to be like her, and I will. I want her to be proud. That is one of
She
my.
is.
I'm sure she is.
She would have been very proud of you, not just as an actor, but as a human being.
That's
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
today, आज definitely थोड़ा तो उनको pride feel होता है.
Bilkul. And I don't know if anyone has, I'm sure someone must have told you, but my father once looked at you and said that उनकी झलक आप में पड़ती है, which is of
Fully,
course,
yeah.
fully
Fully feel
Please
like
thank-
even
please thank
yeah,
you.
definitely,
Thank you.
definitely.
Yeah,
But
in the eyes.
on that note, I had a beautiful conversation with a brilliant bunch of people. I also learned so many things because you all
We love
explained so
talking to
much.
you.
You're talking to us, right?
Love talking.
I was talking about myself.
No, we love the interview.
Thank you so
It was-
much.
it was-
Thank
But
you.
all the very best for the
Thank you.
film. I will
you.
be watching it
Please.
and I'll message you guys
Please.
what I
Please.
feel about
Thank
it.
you.
I already have a good vibe from the movie, so I hope
Alright.
it's as good. But thank you for joining
This
us.
was a really
Thank
fun
you.
interview. Thank
Yes,
you
it
so
was.
much.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Shayani,
Hi, this is Prateik.
Hi, this is Danish.
and you're watching us on Galatta India.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Milky Mist Paneer. Milky Mist Paneer.